Yo, what's up? I got a task for you.
What the hell are these?
I'm just gonna need you to.
What's this?
It's a LeBron 8.
LeBron, the brother on the Mount Rushmore, he's something special. I gotta give it to him. He ain't this brother. Who's this? Say it. Say it.
It's Michael Jordan.
Jordan. No.
Jordan.
Jordan. You don't need two words. You don't need two names. Jordan.
I just need you to put these away.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Complex. We're in New York City at Stadium Goods with the host of First Take, legendary media personality, and New York Times bestselling author, Stephen A. Smith.
What's up, my man? How you
doing? Gonna do some sneaker shopping today, get to see what he's feeling, what he's not, and then hopefully he's gonna buy some sneakers.
Yes.
Let's go. Stephen A., I want to take it all the way back before we get to some more current models. I want to talk about 203rd Street, Hollis Queens, passing Rev Run, and the style back then, Run DMC, the Adidas era, what it was like for you back then.
Oh, they just put Hollis on the map, first of all. They put Hollis Queens on the map. Secondly, obviously, the Adidas with the shell front, the shell tips and all of that stuff. We were rocking that a lot. Of course, the baggy jeans was in play even before MC Hammer came along. You know what? You just walked around, it just gave you a swag. They brought a swag to Hollis. When you were from Hollis, you knew that you had to represent. So the sneaker game was always the biggest component. Because if you had jeans, even if you had on a cool outfit, but you had on whack-ass sneakers, it was not going to work. The first thing people looked at was your sneakers. And if your sneaker game wasn't tight, you wasn't tight.
And then coming up as like the youngest sibling, what was it tough to get sneakers or do you remember?
We were poor. We were poor.
Yeah.
So the point is, if you had sneakers, you had to hold on to them for dear life. So instead of going out, like, you know what, sneaker get a little bit too dirty in this day and age, I go buy another pair. I had a sneaker long enough, it don't look that old. I might not throw it away, but I still feel the need to go get a new pair.
Yeah.
When you couldn't afford to go get a new pair, what you did was, first of all, you were selective in where you wore it.
Right.
Because you wore sneakers when you went out. You wore sneakers when you went out on a date.
Yeah.
You wore sneakers when you went out on the movies. If there was a party and you knew Honeys was gonna be there, you definitely had your sneaker game tight. So you'd go there and you had to make sure you take the, listen, you see how people might get offended and they go like this, all right, you know what, get on the floor or something like that and clean something with a toothbrush. You cleaned your sneakers with toothbrushes all the time.
You were doing that?
Oh, you had to do it. The ladies will call you out. They'd
Crazy.
be like, what's up with that? Damn, you can't do any better than that. You had to do stuff like that, yes.
We got to go to your basketball career. 17 straight threes, everyone knows about that. What was like the basketball sneakers back then? It was like a big Converse era of like Magic
It was a Converse era because of Magic and Bird and those commercials.
Yes.
And then Jordan came along in '84, and by '85, he was on the scene with his sneaker game coming, and everybody transitioned to Jordans. But also, Jordan had the kind of game that you wanted to emulate. Yeah, Magic had you throwing no-look passes, and Birds had you shooting the J, and all of this other stuff. And they really elevated the game in your mind's eye.
And what I like about the Jordan line is like when you were at Winston-Salem, this is when they started to hit, like these classic models. But one thing you were talking about off camera, you're not a fan of the Jordan 1?
No. Not really.
Which is like one of the most popular.
I'm a fan of this
threes,
right here. I'm a fan of the threes right there. This is what I loved right here.
Yes.
Those Jordans. I love the little spring in the back and what have you. I love the design. It just looked beautiful. And then when you see him walking onto a court, when as great as he was, it just didn't feel the same. This is when they were losing.
Really?
This is when they started winning.
Okay.
You gotta remember, he's playing with no name, Stan Allback as his coach. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, drafted by Rod Thorne.
Have you ever talked sneakers with him?
Yes. Not much, but I let him know this is what I like.
Okay.
This is what I liked and what I didn't like. And he tell me to shut the hell up, and that'd be that. He's Michael Jordan. He tells me to shut the hell up, I'm gonna shut the hell up.
Stephen A., we're in a store filled with tons of sneakers, and we're in like the NBA signature line now, but Jordans, do you think any signature line can come close to topping the Jordan line? LeBron's almost 20 models in.
I don't think so. The man's a billionaire for a reason, okay? And it's because of that damn sneaker line of his, which is absolutely sensational, incomparable. It is what it is, but I will tell you, I did love the AI.
Yes.
I did love the AIs, there's no doubt about that. I gotta give love to my man, Allen Iverson, and what his sneaker line has been able to do, no doubt about that.
And you were around him for like this coming into play and this deal?
I get emotional.
It brings you back, right?
It brings me back, man. This is special.
What was it like for you to be close to him and him getting this monumental deal?
First of all, he deserved it. He deserved it because he was truly box office. And I'm one of those guys that I'm very, very big on this. There's a difference between a superstar player and a superstar. A superstar player is just somebody that is a superstar player and they're spectacular and they win. The superstar is box office.
Yes.
Everybody ain't box office. The Philadelphia 76ers, for the most part, with the exception of going to the finals that one year, was a slightly above average basketball team. You packed the house in every city because you knew Allen Iverson was coming to town.
Switching gears, last week or a couple weeks ago, you were talking about KD, the injury, unfortunately, and the low profile, but you also brought it up years ago with Anthony Davis. This is something that the low profile, like, Kobe, so Kobe had some models that are low profile, but then you see
he had to go this route. Look, man, the NBA basketball is a physical sport. We understand it. You running up and down the court, there's wear and tear that can come to your feet, your ankles, your calves, thighs, all of this other stuff. We get all of that. I don't understand what the cutting, the jumping, etc. I don't care how well your ankles are wrapped up. Why are you not wearing 3/4 or high top sneakers? If you're Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, or any of these guys, okay? That's my thinking. To me, if that happened, if he's wrapped up, plus he's wearing a high top sneaker, Kevin Durant, in my opinion, is not out for 3 weeks.
Interesting.
Interesting. I don't know that. I'm not a doctor or anything. And I'm gonna get a little graphic here. Are you gonna go on the court without a jock strap? I don't think a man's gonna do that.
No.
I don't think a man's gonna do that. You got to protect.
Yes.
You got to protect the assets, okay?
Yes.
You can't do that.
Yes.
You got to do what you can to protect yourself.
It's true. Stephen A., we've talked about signature lines throughout the episode, but I want you to react to some classic 90s, early 2000s signature lines. Shaq, the Shaq-nosis. What do you think about this Reebok that he had?
Kind of ugly.
Okay. Not a fan of that one.
I was not a fan of that one, and he knew I wasn't.
You told him?
Of course I did.
Okay. What was that convo like?
Everybody else likes it.
Okay.
Everybody else likes it. That's what he says. He's the diesel. So most things he does works, and that's my brother. I love him. So I was happy for him. It just wasn't my style. Wasn't my cup of tea. T-Mac, the Adidas mismatch during the All-Star game? Well, he could do that because it was All-Star game. Yeah. So I approved of that because it was the All-Star game. I understood that. Now, if he wore that during the regular season game, I would have been like, what's up with you? We need to talk. But he didn't do that. He did that during the All-Star game. So All-Star weekend, listen, at least back then it was interesting. See, that's the thing that All-Star weekend shoes were such a big thing. And I feel like now it's even more during the regular season. The tunnel fits are bigger than the All-Star game sneakers, but the All-Star game sneakers were what you were. Well, you cared. I mean, it starts with something. When you show that you care and you're trying to maximize all that All-Star weekend has to offer, then everything matters. The clothes you wear, the sneakers you wear, the kind of vibe that you're giving off or whatever. But when you don't prioritize its importance, then all of a sudden everybody's gonna look at you and they ain't gonna give a damn about what you're wearing because they're gonna be too preoccupied with the fact that you don't seem to care about anything else, which is why the players have to fix that. And then a classic, the gloves. Do you remember the Gary Payton? I didn't mind those. Yeah. I actually like those. And by the way, Gary Payton, he scared the living hell out of you because he truly was the glove. Yes. So you know what? The second you prioritize yourself with the sneakers, he take the ball and go the other way. That brother was something special. And then another classic we got to end on, the Barclays, CBs, Nike. Yeah, those were good. I remember that. I told him, I gave him credit for that. And I usually don't give Barkley much credit about anything he wears. But in this particular instance, he deserved credit for that, no doubt. And then you pulled up, little peek behind the curtains, you changed into Jordan 3s for the show, but you pulled up in Curry's. If you were still playing ball, do you think that's a shoe that you would? Oh, well, I think I wouldn't mind because first of all, it's light. Secondly, it's comfortable for the feet, on the sole of the feet. And thirdly, I think it does a better job than most of protecting those ankles. What I remember and what really, really resonates with me is the fact that we were wondering, all of us in the media were speculating about whether or not Steph Curry was gonna have a long, prosperous career because you remember he was plagued by those ankle injuries earlier on and they kept reoccurring and you just wondered whether or not he was gonna be able to last. Then he's wearing these sneakers, and all of a sudden, he's not getting these ankle injuries. And so you looked at it from that perspective, you say, wait a minute, this protective of the ankle, that's gonna be the assumption that people make, because obviously, he's the greatest shooter God ever created. And so you wanna protect him as an asset by any means necessary.
Definitely.
So if those are the sneakers you have him wearing, and you're not seeing him sustain those kind of ankle injuries that he was sustaining earlier on in his career, you're going to assume it must be the sneakers.
Yeah.
And that's what makes you wanna wear Steph Curry.
Well, we talked about everything. Now's the easy part. Browse the shelves, see what you're gonna take home.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
do
what
it.
I like that. I like that.
What's up? What can I get for you today?
What do you want?
Trying to service
I
you.
know you ain't trying to come service me wearing a Cowboys hat on.
I mean,
That's just bringing me bad luck. That's what that's about. You trying to get me to be a loser?
nope, we trying to get you to be a winner. Get you some shoes.
Take off that damn hat, man. I want this right here, man. I already got these sneakers right here. You see these? I already
Okay.
got these from y'all, but I want these.
Got you. We take care of you.
Take care of me for that, please. Thank you very much. Got to go to white and black. I'm straight. Plus, I see a whole bunch of stuff, some sweat gear up in here. Pants, hoodies. I like it. So
Got you.
I'm walking out with a bunch of stuff, man. Let's do this.
Got
Let's
you.
go.
We gonna get you right.
All right, appreciate it. Take off that damn hat, man.
I
Take
can't
off
do
the
that.
hat, man. You ain't got to keep that hat on, man.
Stephen A., you find everything all right today?
Everything. I'm straight.
Awesome. Your total is gonna be $2,068.49. Thank you. You're welcome.
You back these up for me?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm good.
Here you go, you're all set.
Thank you, my man.
You're welcome.
Take care of yourself.
You too. Have a good one.
So, Stephen A. came through. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me, man. I left some good stuff, man. Nice stuff up in here.
Absolutely. You know where to find him. First Take, the No Mercy podcast, and make sure everyone gets that book, Straight Shooter, out now.
Down. I appreciate it, man.